going on, everybody? I'm Wes Moore. Glad you're with us for more sports, a special night. This is a big night. We got Barry Grooms with us, Hootens.com. You can see not inside the studio tonight. We've gone to the Doubletree in downtown Little Rock for the Hootens.com, their big awards, the Farm Bureau Insurance Awards. And we're about ready to get things started here. Barry Grooms is here with us. Barry, this is huge. I didn't realize how many players that y'all had and all the classification and coaches here. This is a huge night for high school football.
It is. Lots of conference champions, state champions here. Lots of guys going on to play college football here. It's a big night. We call it kind of the pinnacle of the high school season here. Everything has come to a crashing halt now because the season's over. But got a lot of guys here to be honored tonight.
How many years y'all been doing this?
This is about the 21st or 22nd year that we have put on the awards banquet. Wow. And Farm Bureau has been with us for 15 of those years.
That is awesome. So you're going to have all the different classifications: offensive player of the year, defensive player of the year, and coach of the year?
Coach of the year. We brought in 3 finalists. They don't know who the player of the year, coach of the year, anything is until they get on the stage. And we have a video presentation with 3 finalists, and then we name the ultimate player coach of the year. It's kind of, I wouldn't say voted on, but the coaches that they played against had a lot of input on who is here and who should win the award.
It's big just to be here. When you think about it.
It is. There are 56 people total, and 3 for each classification in each category, and then an 8-man player of the year and an 8-man coach of the year.
Do you have a favorite? Because you've been out and you've been a part of this, and you're shooting, getting video and editing video and all this. Do you find yourself kind of getting sucked into it?
You can find, boy, this player's really good, and then you've got another one that the coaches are telling you the stats are saying this guy's really good, but you watch him on film, and I won't name a player, but years ago, Wes, we had a candidate, the coaches and everybody saying this is the best player in the conference, and he's the best linebacker, and we couldn't find him making any plays or any tackles. And we went to like 5 games. And when your leading tackler doesn't make a tackle and the coach is giving him 10 a game, you say, well, something's up. He's not quite as good, and there's something up. So we do have to use some judgment at some point and call it off at the last minute. Say we can't use this guy as a finalist of the year.
What do you, because you've been doing it so often for so many years, what does this night mean for the kids and the coaches?
It's a huge night, and it's not the pinnacle, because that pinnacle is going to be the state championship game, but it is a great reward for each of these players and coaches and their families to get to come to Little Rock. I mean, we've got guys from all over the state, every corner of the state, from Northeast Arkansas. We got a lot in Northwest Arkansas, as you know of. We've got Junction City represented, Warren. I mean, they're coming from every corner of the state.
I won't put you on the spot, but I'm wondering, can you name some of the finalists in some of the classifications, or who are, give everybody watching an idea of who is here tonight in Little Rock?
We'll start at Danny in 2A. The first category second classification we're going to get to 2A. And you've got a heavy dose of EPC and Cross County guys here. D. Buchanan from EPC. Danny Beal, who just signed with Arkansas, is here. He was so anxious to be here, Wes. He was here at 4:45, 4:30, he and his family waiting to get in.
He wasn't going to miss it.
This is a big night for these kids. And that's not the first time we've had players show up. We've had them show up at 3 p.m. before because they come from all over ready to go. Got Bryant players represented. Enoch Hassan from Greenbrier, Aiden Lester from Farmington, who coaches have raved about.
Yeah.
Hey, one of my favorite things was Deuce Williams. Kevin Williams comes in from Pulaski Robinson, but then his dad's with him, who played for the Vikings, an all-pro, and you're saying, hey, you're in the, here's some great football coaches, and this will be mentioned in the awards tonight. Kevin will be here. His dad's here, but his dad's junior high coach is Tim Rogers from Fordyce.
Wow.
And they got a picture made just a few minutes ago, big embrace and a hug. And I think Coach Rogers said he had coached 6 or 7 guys who made it big time college and pro football down at Fordyce Junior High.
I had no idea. But yeah, you think about it, and Coach Rogers has been there for 40-something years. So yeah, of course he did. Yeah, it all
circles back.
It really does. How many guys? I'm just thinking, How many guys do you think will be playing college football that are here tonight? Because it's all seniors, correct?
Yeah.
That are being honored. I wonder how many guys will be
Yep.
playing on
And
Saturdays
there are
next
40,
year.
45 guys here. You're going to say 35 of them, and because there's a few who have straight up said they're going to go, who have the opportunity. I imagine 90% of the guys here have the opportunity to play college football next year. There's going to be a few of those guys decide not to, and focus on academics
Yeah.
or work. I had
Yeah.
a couple of guys say, "Hey, went into
Mansfield
family
running back.
business." Yeah.
We interviewed after the state championship game where he ran for over 300 yards.
Yep.
Only Kenneth Dixon out of Strong ran for more
Mhm.
in a state championship game, 2,500 yards this season. And we asked him on the field after the game, "What's next for you?" And he said, "Well, probably go get a job. This is my last high school,
Yep.
my last football game." And
Yeah.
we're like, how does this guy not have an
Yeah.
offer? Surely there's somebody out there,
Yep.
D2, somebody
Yeah.
has got to offer this kid.
You've
young
got
man.
that. You've got that in kids who want to go to work and are ready to get out in the career field instead of going on to college. You'll see that.
Enoch Hassan, one of those I've enjoyed this year. And he's here tonight from Greenbrier, the running
Yes.
back,
Yes.
just outstanding back who, maybe last year wasn't fast enough, started working on his
You're right.
speed, got faster. Now the offers are coming.
It was
for
it.
him.
He dedicated himself to the weight room and to the conditioning field and got himself, you would think, got himself a scholarship opportunity. And that just goes to show you there are guys here, Wes, who coaches said in 7th and 8th grade were nothing. You couldn't have convinced them they were even going to start for their high school team, much less be one of the
Mhm.
top players in the state. And yet here they are.
How about Deuce Williams? I think he is a kind of an overlooked player because he gets it done on special teams,
Yeah.
defense, and offense, but
That-
meant so
yes.
much to Joe T on offense. But I think the sky's the limit for
It
him
is.
at SFA.
You would think so. He and Tank, his teammate Isaiah Tank Reese, who broke his hand, sprained his hand in the state championship game, and it's bandaged up tonight. If you had the opportunity to see him, he's wearing a big bandage, big club on his hand. But and played with pain. That's what Coach Updegrove said was the special thing about this team. Kevin Deuce Williams and Tank Reese both played in the title game. Very injured, shouldn't have been out there.
Yeah.
But they wanted to win that title.
Yeah, it was obvious with Deuce, and he
Yeah.
re-injured the ankle in the state championship game, tweaked it,
Mhm.
came back out there. You can
Yep.
see a couple times the burst just wasn't there. He
Yeah.
didn't have the same explosiveness that we saw throughout the year. But you
You
got
get to
one
that.
game left,
You
right?
got one game.
This
You
is
lay it
it.
on the line.
And for them,
Yes.
they're seniors.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's it.
you got to do it.
Mhm.
I mean, I go back to even the first one, the 8-man championship.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the walking wounded out
It
there.
was.
And after every play, guys were having a hard time just getting up.
Mhm.
But you look over on the sideline, there's not that
There's
many
nobody else
guys.
to
And
put in. Yeah.
you're going to come out of your last game
Yeah.
in the state championship
Yeah,
game.
state championship game. And that's what so many players, so very few ever even get to make it to a championship game. That's what I tell people and coaches all the time. If you can make it to the quarterfinals, semifinals, I mean, cherish every moment. Enjoy those 3-hour bus rides across the state because it's a memory that'll be with you for a lifetime.
Yeah.
Very few are going to get to play in a state championship game. It takes health, luck,
Yeah.
the draw, the luck of the draw, everything to align to play in that state championship game.
Yeah, we see it every year. It's like the state championship game was in the semifinals.
Yes.
Or sometimes a quarterfinal
Quarters,
game,
yes.
and
Yeah.
it's just unfortunate the way the bracket worked out that
Mhm.
year that they did not get to play in the last
Yep.
game of the season. But yeah, luck has something to do with
Mhm.
getting to War Memorial Stadium. How do you feel about watching these games and seeing at the end of the game one of these teams celebrating, and then you look over here on the other side,
Yeah.
and the team is just in so much pain
Yeah.
because you get to know we get to know these coaches really well.
Yeah.
And you get a matchup where you're torn because you like both of the coaches, so much,
Right.
and you're happy for one coach and the other coach you're
Yeah.
sick for.
You're dejected. You got to try to draw that line because you can't get too emotionally attached to them because that happens so much. You see every game. And I go back to that win Stuttgart game, I think in 2004, where Slade Camp is named MVP on a losing team because he had 23 receptions for 400 yards, smashed every record there was, and his team lost by a touchdown in a shootout with win. And yet he was named MVP. And here he has to go out, tears. And yeah, you were the most awesome player. And I got to know him later in life through my cousin. But it was I think they've changed the rule now, the AAA, to make sure that the MVP is off the winning team. but he put on a performance of a lifetime in a losing effort that year. Bobby Boulding was his coach at Stuttgart.
Wow.
So, yeah.
We saw some great performances. I mean, we just talked about Mansfield breaking the
Yes,
record for rushing yards in
yeah.
the state championship game.
Yeah.
I mean, they had that wing tee running to perfection.
Uh-huh.
It was funny because as soon as that game was over, I wanted to see how's Harding doing.
Yeah.
And I flip it on, and I'm watching Harding run it to perfection. I'm like, I just got through watching this for the last 2 hours, and here it is again.
Wing tee, and it's hard to stop, Wes. And it makes me wonder, when do more and more high schools say, look, everybody's in the spread.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't I, if I want to be different, I've got to go back to the double wing or the slot wing or flex bone to be different. Now I'm catching everybody off guard because they're preparing 9 weeks out of the year to stop the spread.
Yeah. When the spread first started, it was the weird thing.
It was
nobody could prepare for it because they never saw it. Well, now you see it all the time.
Yeah. And teams are left. Yes.
I wonder when it does circle
and that's
back around.
Across county, that's what Coach Van Pascal says. He ran that. He got there and he said, and I'm too dumb to know the difference, but he said he couldn't run the flex bone, but he had the personnel to run the double wing. So they lined up the double wing and ran it all the way to Little Rock. So.
And won a state title. You get to know a bunch of coaches too. I mean, the characters and the character of a coach and leaders of men and the teachers that they are.
Yeah.
Who are some of your favorites?
Yeah. Oh, man, there's so many you can start. Some of my guys, some of these 7A coaches, I mean, you go to Jody Grant. He's been at Bentonville. He's a Valonia guy, been to Bentonville. And he's really now ingrained in the community. And he got there. You would have known if he was going to be there. Coach Tice was a favorite 25 years ago, and then he disappears from the coaching world, and now he's back in it. You talk about a character. Coach Tice, when you get him on a roll, he can really go, can he? And then I mentioned Van Pascal at the 2A level. You look at these 2A and 3A coaches and 8-man coaches because they are there. Most of them have had their opportunity to move up in the coaching ranks to a bigger school and have already declined that. Never going to get the offer again, maybe. And that's something else. I had a coach, Tim Harper, one of my all-time favorites, who's now at Coweta, Oklahoma. When he was at Des Arc, he told me, and he called me and said, Cersei's offered me the job. And my superintendent says, look, you may never get the opportunity to coach 5 or 6A football again. If that's something you want to do, you got to take it. And I feel bad about those coaches because they have maybe 24 hours to make a life-changing decision, and it may never come again for them.
Well, it's a who's who in that room behind us, and we're going to find out who some of the winners are here very shortly.
Got some great players. You look at the 3A, Wes, just look at that. Keithley from Bismarck, Brink from Salem, Burton from Mansfield. All of them played in state title games the past 2 years and record setters. And I mean, it's just, how do you pick a winner out of that?
Yeah.
Who is the best? And I mean, Andrew Burton's freshest on your mind, but then last year, these other guys were doing it. Caden Brink was maybe the best player in the state as a junior. We've seen that before. And man, it's a great night to celebrate these guys. And that's really what the night's more about than naming an ultimate winner, because there are no losers here. Everybody's earned their way here to be a finalist.
There'll be no Diego Pavias.
No one should be upset.
No.
This is an honor to be here.
And you'll put on a great show, great food going on. I know the video that they'll play. Everybody enjoys that.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. And it's been a pleasure being here tonight to just to get to hang out and talk to some of these coaches and some of the players. I appreciate you stopping by.
Hey,
I'll let you get back in there. I know you
All
got to go eat, get ready to get this show started.
Well, I appreciate it, Wes. Thanks.
Barry, thank you so much. It's Barry Grooms with us, and I can tell you that coming up in the next 2 weeks, over the next 2 weeks or so, we'll have more of these interviews coming up. That's what I'm doing here tonight, besides going live and talking about the event. The coaches that he was just talking about, some of the players that he was talking about, they're going to be joining me. We're going to record those interviews tonight and get to play those for you over the next couple of weeks. So kind of gives me some Christmas content, New Year's content, so that we can all be with our family and spend some time with our family and still have a good show. I do want to thank Gwatney Buick GMC. They're the sponsor of the show, and they make this happen. I just got this text from Lance Brown, their general manager out there. Some end-of-the-year deals that are going on right now. 2026 GMC Sierra, the 1500, up to $15,000 off MSRP. The Yukons, 10,000 off MSRP. The Sierra, 2,500 up to 11,000 off MSRP, and rates as low as 0.9% financing, no payments for 90 days. These are great deals, but they're only happening till the 31st. Once January 1st comes, those deals are gone. So end of the year, take advantage of the great deals happening at Gwatney Buick GMC. Find out why they are Pulaski County's #1 General Motors dealer. Thank you, Gwatney Buick GMC. That is going to do it for tonight. Got to get in there. We're going to get some of the winners, record some of those interviews and the coaches, and we'll be bringing those to you over the next couple of weeks during More Sports. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow night, Razorback basketball post-game show with Queens. So we'll be joining you tomorrow night about 10:15 or 10:30. We'll see you tomorrow night for More Sports.
All Arkansas, all sports. It's More Sports.